Hi guys, it's Moz here for our normal Monday night Airfix and Chill chat. We've got 6 so far in the chat. We're just waiting for a few more to come along. First off, we've got Plastic Alchemist back this week. Nice to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Are you working on a Spitfire? Are you working on a Spitfire?
Yes, I am 148 scale from Airfix.
Is
Uh,
this the Humbro only challenge? Can you hear me all right?
no. The Umbro only challenge is the P40.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. I remember now. How you getting on with that one? Is it coming together well using just Humble products?
Yes, second.
I thought you were curling one out then.
Well,
God, look at that blue.
This is how it's coming along.
How are you getting on with the clears? Did they come up all right using the satin varnishes or the gloss varnish that they give?
Yeah. No issue at all with them.
Ah, fair enough. Then.
So far,
Right.
so
Oh,
good. Knock wood.
good. Tam, what are you working on there on your desk?
I've got the Revell 1968 tool 172nd Hurricane.
I've built that. I loved it.
It was the boxed release for the Daily Mail, I think, for the 75th anniversary. So it was a re-release and rebox, and I picked up for about a tenner with a Mark II Spitfire as well from Fleabay. So I thought I'd give that a go.
If you read my zine, I actually did a report on that. I did a build on that in my first zine, and it was the Daily Mail because you could also get, I think it was Nigella Lawson's cookbook as well at the same time. It was a voucher, so you could get either or of her. So yeah, it was. I got that. My Hurricane build is on my YouTube channel with that one. It's a good little kit. It's the instructions are wrong though, aren't they?
What are instructions? I haven't used instructions for years.
Oh, fair enough, mate. Yeah, I had you down as just throw it at a wall and hope for the best. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, it's horses for courses mostly, in it, especially with early kits. You know, the cockpit goes into the side of one aircraft to close the fuselage up, stick the wings in, stick the wheels on, stick the tailplanes and the prop on, and then paint it. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Had it been something a bit later, I might have paid a bit more mind to the instruction. But it's not a greatly detailed kit. Even some of the details on some of the upper surfaces, like the wings, are wrong because there's no slots for the guns. But is what it is.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. There was basically there was 15,000 of these Hurricanes for the Sunday Telegraph. It was. And you had to take your voucher and redeem it at Toys R Us. I just look at my zine now. I wrote it down in the zine. So yeah, the days. That's it. Yeah, the Sunday Telegraph. So on the Saturday you could get if you got the normal the Telegraph, you could get the Spitfire. Then on the Sunday you could go and get your Hurricane as well. So there you are. But hey, Hamish. Hamish, what are you working on?
Well, currently I'm masking the canopy of a Provost so I can airbrush it tomorrow, and then I'll just be painting the silver on the tracks of a Shimmer Firefly.
Oh, fair play. You were at we missed each other at the Over Model Show because you were there, weren't you?
Oh yeah, you held the door open for me and my dad as you left. I didn't realise till about 5 minutes afterwards.
Oh no! Oh, I don't remember holding the door for anyone, so it may not have been me.
No, it looked like you.
Did I have the Did I have my bag on with all the logos on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that was probably me then. Ah, fair enough. Well, we missed each other, so there you go. Is that one of the kits you bought while you were there?
No, I bought. Hang on, I'll go grab it. It's Airfix Club one from like ages ago.
Yeah.
I don't even know it yet, but it's that one, the Operation Torch stuff. It's quite cool.
There's 2 kits in it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a swordfish and a hurricane.
Yeah. But they're
That's
not
quite neat,
Airfix ones, are they?
I think the swordfish is the Airfix one. The hurricane, I've been told, is someone else's.
Oh, fair enough.
It's the Hella one.
Yeah.
It was you, Tommy.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's me having a break from working and bothering people with Hella full time.
Oh, I forgot to do that. I forgot to send an email to Anfield Road Layout in the loft. Who's going to come and join the chat tonight. I'll email you in a minute, mate. Give me 2 seconds. So Sully, what are you working on? Are you working on that model with the LEDs?
Yes. I don't even know if they're still working. Yeah, it's one of the Games Works Imperial Knights. It's the Knight Protector. So we'll see if it's working. So I haven't checked it. It was working yesterday. Oh yeah. So, it still lives.
It's
So
quite tight.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. I've got to put the shoulder pads back on because I had 3 LEDs in there, but because I've gone. Because I had a couple of the ones that I was using before, which have got thicker wires. Because remember, I was having an issue with the small ones. So what I'll do is, because I've still got some play in these, I haven't glued anything in. So once I've put that on, the shoulder pads back on, I can or glue them on, then put the shoulder pads on. Because the arms have got to go on. I've got to put the arms on first, because the way they lock in like that, and the shoulder pad goes on top. So what I'll probably do is I'll glue them in. And then they can pop it back on, and then it's all. They're not going to show up much. It'll just be like a little bit of ambient sort of lighting on it. But the main bit is that the eyes work.
I love the eyes.
No, so I've got that. That's going up on the front. I do apologise. My video is a bit laggy because I'm off using my own internet rather than the house internet.
Fair enough.
So and it should look something like because this is how I figured out I can get better connection. So, and it should look a little bit like that when it's done. No, still waiting for a date. It should have been this week, but we're hoping the 11th, hopefully. But we will see.
We're looking at another house to buy, and just
it's all good fun, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's
just moving everything into it.
Yeah,
moving everything to get re-established.
Well, it's like this one here. The attic's been converted into like a 5th bedroom. And I'm like, there's going to have to be a model room. That it can't be a bedroom. It's going to be a model room. Because in this room here, it goes onto the main road. So at the moment, I've got the ventilator going up the chimney, which isn't very good because you need air really to come in. If you know what I mean? It's,
yeah, definitely.
I want to go directly out. I want to get it so it goes straight out into out through the wall. And the only way to do that is to bugger about with the window, and it gets onto a main road. So. I'd rather not bugger about with the windows. I get too much noise in here anyway. So, but anyways,
yeah,
right.
At some point.
Like Captain VFC, what are you building at the moment? Apart from that little plane. Are you still working on that? Are you?
I'm still working on the Booker 131A Youngman. I've only been touching it during these streams, so I have no idea where I left off a week ago, and I'm already regretting life choices. And I have an English Electric Lightning here for if I need to something else to work on.
Fair enough. Right, food back to the chat now. Let's go for the chat. I just want to welcome Scottish model builder who has become a top tier member of Moz Models. He's an airbrusher, which is nice. He contacted me today. I don't know what it is, lads, but I've had 2 messages this week saying that they're loving our chats. That I shared one to the actual group, didn't I? To the Discord group. and people are really encouraged and enjoy our chats. They love the banter between us, apparently. So, and also Scottish Model Builders just messaged me today, just saying he's really enjoying the content amongst us all, and he's going through a hard time, and it's just nice to get onto a video and just watch somebody just taking the piss out of themselves, which is basically what we do.
So it's definitely comes to the right place, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What?
Definitely.
I thought this was a serious modelling discussion.
Well, you'd be very
will
wrong.
be in a minute.
Right. Well, you
It is
say that.
serious in our own kind of way.
It's sometimes serious.
Right.
Did I miss the discussion?
Yeah, you have,
Yep.
mate.
Done.
Anyway, thanks all for joining. I'll see you next week. Cheers all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
We solved
That's
all the
the
problems.
possible stream.
That's it. Fair enough. Right, just quick. I'll come back to you in a minute more, Rex. So in the chat we have Sprue and Glue. Nice to see you, my friend.
Bollocks.
If you go into the Discord group, the link's there,
Hey.
mate. If you want to come and join us on the chat. To boldly go, we've got in Anfield Road. I'll send you an email in a minute, my friend. I should have added you to the Discord group, and I haven't yet. Sorry about that. To boldly goes in the chat. David JM's in the chat. Celtic West. If you go onto my Yeovil model show video, there's a bust there of Captain Winters. That was Celtic West, so you can see what bit models he built. So you can go and have a look at that. Nice to see you again, matey. Matt's in for Model Minutes. Model Minutes.
Right.
Mate, I hope you're well. Our very own M&M is in the chat at the moment. So. I'm talking about the sweets. Humbro. Model Minute says Humbro only sounds like most of my early builds. Yeah, I can see that. Danish is in the chat. Erwin's in the chat. Nice to see you. Philip Sivert is in the chat. Dave's Adventures. There's Scottish Model Builder now. Brilliant. Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Just going down through. I think I've said hello to everybody now in the chat. Taggers is in. Nice to see you, Taggers. I'm back from fixing the boiler. Let there be hot water. Oh, fair play to you, mate. Fair play. Jared, evening all. Gutted I missed you to chat to at Yeovil show. You did some nice filming of my Fiat CR25 with mottling camo. I even thought a Bearcat whilst I even bought a Bearcat whilst I was there. Next time. Oh mate. Oh sorry mate, I didn't catch you, mate. And Mark Leap's now in the chat. Nice to see you, Mark. We're caught up now. But anyway, going back to Yeovil, I brought this subject up because I don't know if you've watched. I know it's a long video, but I would expect you guys to have watched it because being mates and all that. But I was
that.
Peer pressure.
I was actually quite stunned on the lack of weathering I saw on a lot of the planes, a lot of the tanks. The question I've got is weathering really the main thing, or is it just us YouTubers that insist on doing a bit of weathering on our models? And I'm going to lay this question firstly to Sully because he would weather a brand new Rolls Royce build.
Right, I'd even weather your mother.
Yeah. What's your take on it then, Sully? Because you are an avid weatherer. I personally, I went around. There was very little weathered, and if there was weathering, it was mostly on the tanks, not on the planes.
Yeah,
What's your take on that?
So I watched half of that video because I started falling asleep. To be fair, I was watching it quite late. That's the only reason why. But I did notice that it was mainly in the tanks, and a lot of it wasn't very heavy either. I mean, the funny thing is because when we've had the model show at Cosford, it's the opposite. Quite a large. Well, it's actually, I tell a lie, it's half and half because there's definitely a lot of different types. We just have a lot of civil stuff and and all sorts of stuff. So, but I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a personal and stylized choice, I think.
Yeah.
But you see, I think it just depends on what you want. I don't know. It's supposed to be what you want out of it. I mean, I always like to. I like to make my models look lived in because that's what I like. I think that's more personally. I think that's more interesting than just having a clean aircraft. I mean, that's my personal choice. And don't go. I've seen some absolutely fantastic builds, and they're like they've just come out of the factory, but they've done so well, you know. But I think it is. It's just a personal choice, and I know I know review about it, like, you know. But
Yeah.
you do what you want, don't you? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I mean, I have got to the point when doing models, especially interior stuff, I kind of actually feel like I have to make an effort because I'm filming it and you can see it up close, and you know, I kind of think I kind of have to do that part of it. But everything else is more. That's what I want out of it. I want to make it look like it's been lived in, and you know, it's had the shit kicked out of it. And once I've done this one, this will have, you know, oil stains, rusting. You know, even I'll try and find a bit that I've done. Like on this, I've put because this is just a dry brushed metal, and I've put some engine turbine wash on it, just to give it like it's a really old and very well used bit of kit. Because going on the lore of, you know, Games Workshop, these things have been, you know, going for hundreds of years, and that's what I'm going to try and do. So when it gets to this, there'll be some, you know, like dried and wet oil in there, just sitting, some streaking down. I'll do a little bit around the pistons, just again to make it look like they've been working. Of course, they will stay clean because hydraulics are pretty much always clean. But again, everything else, all the guards, they'll be chipped and rusted up to pretty much no end. But again, it's my preference at the end of the day.
Yeah, but then again, it's like when you do the research, say there's a particular model and you actually go and look at that model. Say, for instance, there's a Spitfire and or a Hurricane, and you go and look at those pictures, you'll never see a clean Spitfire or out the factory Spitfire in a picture, would you? They've got wear and tear, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
and it may only be a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of exhaust staining, a little bit of oil leakage.
Yeah.
Just a small thing like that.
Yeah, because there would be a lot of exhaust staining.
You'd be amazed if you really go through a lot of photos, World War II photos. You'd be amazed on how much oil and where it actually comes from out of the aircraft. Half the time you're thinking, where's that coming from? This is not an oil, any sort of oily parts in that area, and they're just leaking out of random panels from absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
And again, like I said in that video when we was on about like our favourite tools, and I said like the internet, because I love looking at photos, and some of the photos give me the inspiration for the model.
Exactly.
You know, I did a 48 Airfix Defiant, and I just happened to have found, I wasn't even looking at the time, I just happened to find a Defiant that was originally a day fighter. It was painted as a day fighter, then obviously sort of shifted to the night fighter role. They didn't bother repainting it. They just put paint over the day camo, and of course it wasn't primed or anything. It started chipping, and all this you know, day markings just stopped coming through. And I thought that was me down to the T. That was for weathering. So I painted up all nice and clean with the camo, slapped a load of chipping fluid on it, and just had at it. And I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favourite builds.
Ah, fair enough. Just quickly, I just want to welcome into the chat, Rorex. Nice to see you, my friend. What have you got on your workbench tonight?
I got my DC-3, and I got the, where is it? The dreaded Blenheim, of course.
Oh, Blenheim, yeah,
And,
fantastic.
It's a very, 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 very nice nice kit. It's got a twin boom tail. I still need to fix that one. And I have a small Airfix tractor from the refueling kit that
That's
I'm
not a
going
bad
to make.
build. It's not a bad tractor to
Yeah.
build that. I've built that tractor.
Yeah, I'm going to build it for this KLM DC3, and I got the Lightning and the Defiant out, and I'm not sure what I want to do with or which one I'm going to work with. I just got the decals on my DC3.
I just want to say that there does look fucking awesome. That plane, doesn't it? Look at that on that board there.
It does.
The way you've got the Holland and you've got all the numbers. It does look the bollocks, mate. You've done an impressive job on that. Well done, mate. And that's all hand painted as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What colour Humbrol was that then?
18.
Orange.
18. But it still needs the wingtip of the wingtips, the anti-ice bands on the front of the wing and on the tail. So there will be some black on it in the next few days.
Oh, brilliant! A little bit of weathering, it'll be done then, won't it?
Yeah. Of course. But they were rather clean, so it will be just some oil stuff and just a little bit of panel lining.
Yeah, fair enough, my friend. Also, new to the chat, I've got my good friend on here, Sprue and Glue. How are you, my friend?
Good evening, Marcel. I'm all right, buddy. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me.
Oh, what are you working on there, my friend?
Airfix 172 Willis.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good little kit, That's a good little kit. I think Matt at Model Minutes built that one, didn't he? If I remember rightly.
I didn't realise I've got this sat in the back of the cupboard, as you can see, I've finished the air miles, so I found it.
Oh, yeah. Fair play.
Thought, you know what?
That's a good little starter set, that. There's a little bit of cleanup to be done on it, but, you know, it's not a bad little kit.
Yeah, it's not too bad, actually, on the cleanup side.
How are the paints? Are the paints still wet, or some of them are dried?
They were dried out. I threw them away. They were
it is a shame, but it's all of them, isn't it? So it's happened to all of them. So right, so Ms. Muddler's on the. Oh, she disappeared. Is she back or is she gone?
I'm here, but I've got no camera at the moment.
All right. Do you wanna? I'll leave you on mute then, and then when you get your camera back, you can jump in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Muddler on mute then, and she can text you when she's back in. Right. So, going back to this thought of weathering, as I said, it was a real. As I said, I was walking around and I didn't see a lot. And by the way, I've got another new member, Philip Silverter. Thank you very much for joining the Models family. Thank you for joining. Celtic West writes. I think it depends on the subject. I have done silverware liners really clean. Most of the car modelers go really clean, but weathering does have its place. And to me, weathering, you always hear the scale modelers say if they're doing a plane, if there's a little mistake or a blemish, we'll just put a bit of weathering on there to hide it. And it's true, it can be used that way.
I use it a lot for because there's a lot of mistakes on my kits and paint jobs, and this one, I tell you what, that one. There's quite a bit of overbleed on the edge of that one when I painted it.
Right.
And sorry, underbleed. I taped it off and it bled through underneath.
Yeah.
And that's going to be chipped because I can't be bothered to try and repaint that because I had to mix them colours and I can't be bothered. So that's just going to be chipped over to hide it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that explains your weathering.
Part of it, yeah.
The full weathering.
If it gets really excitable, I've done a crap job on the paint.
Yeah, I just love weathering. You know, I think it should be good to cover my mistakes.
I mean, he's right. It does have its place, but again, it's personal preference. I mean, I think it makes a hell of a difference to a model. and what it looks like to the end of it. But even some of the modern stuff, I did a commission motorbike for somebody the once, and I actually managed to convince him to let me weather it because he wanted it clean initially. But all I did was just some some simple dust. You know, you like the crap that you get up off the road.
Yeah,
just a little something like that. But even if you go, I mean, even civil aircraft. I mean, okay, most of them are going to be like the one that you're doing. I was like in the 1 to 144.
Yeah.
But you know, so it's difficult to get it right. But if you go on an airplane, look at the state of them, and they're actually filthy. Yeah. But from a distance, they actually look quite clean. But you know, they get it as well. But
they do definitely. Again,
I always say personal preference at the end of the day.
Yeah, the model themselves, right?
I mean, I'll never ever. I mean, I'll wind people up like I was with mods. I'll wind people up about it. But if they don't want to do it, that's fine. I couldn't give two monkeys. It's your model. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're happy with it, that's again always the most important thing.
It's just like I saw as I was walking around, like Jared put down on, it just commented saying my Airfix KI46 literally had the paint hang off it. I used the crystal soap technique all over. Personal rules though, and I think it's right. You know, it's you know, and as I said, you know, what about you, Tam? Are you a bit of a weatherer, or are you a bit of a let it be clean?
Sorry, I got the compressor running. Say that again.
I said, are you all right, mate?
I love you.
I said, yeah, I love you. Yeah. I said, are you a bit of a weathering fan, or do you like doing things clean?
He tried.
I like the idea of weathering. However, in practice, I'm just not very good at it. But yeah, I do like to weather the shit out of my models. In fairness, I like to think that I can do it. However, in practice, it generally turns out looking like a big bag of crap. So, but I mean, I've been working on this on my live stream, which is Michelle B. Mustang, and as you can see, well, you can't actually because the screen's frozen, which is fantastic.
It's a great picture. I didn't realise how much of a glow you get from your forehead. It's like you're shining up the model, isn't it? That's the white bit in front of that model. It's not paint, that. It's not spray. It's the glow off your head on your workbench, isn't it?
You're so nice.
He's an illuminated person. Leave him alone.
Yeah, come on. How dare you?
Oh, this is really annoying me now. This it's I don't know why it's freezing. I've even restarted it, but it's quite annoying.
Is it OBS?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. Just I don't weather very much, but as I said, I made the point because the. What about you, Captain? Do you do a lot of weathering yourself, or are you clean build?
The most I go for is a bit of engine exhaust grit, slightly chipped walkways, that sort of thing. I like my models to look not necessarily museum fresh, but let's say Duxford. They fly them, so they're still kept clean and nice and respectable, but they also get used. That sort of thing is the level I like.
That's a good show, actually. Yeah.
It's from my personal experience of planes is in museums. I'm used to seeing them. Okay, some of them have been sitting outside for years and look a bit of a wreck, and that's nice in itself. But I just like looking at nice shiny planes. So if I'm going to make a model, I'm probably going to make it nice and shiny.
Yeah, I totally get that. I get that indeed. Hamish, what about you? Are you a weatherer, or are you just clean build?
Oh, I like it factory fresh, but like sometimes, like I've done a Sherman a while ago where I put a little bit of weather on the tracks. But like most of the time I'll leave it up. But like if I fancy doing some, I'll give it a shot. But I just can't get the washers to work on that sort of stuff. So I'm just like, nah, screw it, can't be asked.
Yeah, fair play. Fair play. Sprue and Glue. Dan asked, are you doing the SAS version or the D-Day version for your job?
I'm going to be doing the D-Day.
D-Day, doing the DJ. Yeah, just keep it on the chat because you may find people asking questions on there, mate. You know, so
I do apologise, guys.
that's right. Just let you know, that's all. But yeah, another thing that I thought was interesting was the lack of pilots in the plane as I was walking around. And I made the point saying, is there really, Airfix are not necessarily putting pilots in anymore into their kits. And it has been observed that a lot of these kits are gearing down or, wheels down. And people want to see inside the cockpit. And then some chap said, well, then if you're going to have a gearing up option on a kit, you've got to have a pilot. And I was thinking, well, yeah, what is the one reason why we build models and then we have them with the gearing down? And it is the fact we don't have stands in the kits anymore. I bet if there was a stand in a kit, you would double think your choice of doing gearing down. You would probably have gearing up with a pilot in it on a stand. Is that a good assessment? You still have
That's what I did with the Airfix Hawk. I just put it on the stand because the stand was quite cool, so I thought, screw it, the stand. Why not use it?
The obvious solution is just to make Tiger Moths because they have fixed undercarriage.
Yes, that's a good shout.
Can't go wrong with a Tiger Moth.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, but no, that's what I'm just saying. If we really want to go, we want to dig deep about it. As I said, I saw very, very, very lack of pilots in planes. But maybe that's because we haven't got the stand to put them on. We go for the easy option of doing an undercarriage build.
I think partly is as well that there isn't really any pilots.
No,
decent figures, done figures and stuff, and a lot of them don't come with figures anyway, do they?
Does Tamiya come with a pilot? Do Tamiyas come with pilots?
No,
they don't. Do they?
No, not the ones. The ones I've done. Tamiya doesn't. I don't think I think Revell used to, or they've had a couple in the past, but the ones I've done haven't.
Yeah, their HG70 does.
Depends on whose tooling they stole.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The Mosquito's got a pilot and his navigator bud. The 48.
Oh, is it? Oh, all right then. Fair enough.
Yeah, the Tamiya one has, yeah.
That bugs me more than not having a pilot because I'd like people to have the choice. But when you have a 2-seat plane and you've got one pilot figure, what are you doing?
Yeah, like the Hawk, stuff like that.
But who was it? I watched somebody he did an Avenger. It was a 72nd scale Avenger. Sprues and Brews. He did a 72nd Avenger. I think it was an Academy kit. 3-man crew came with one pilot. He was like, he scratch built the other two. I mean, fortunately, because the scale was that, because he'd been 72nd, you couldn't really see him very well anyway. So he bodged a couple together, like. But yeah, I was like, you got 3 crew members for an aircraft, and you've only put one pilot in. I mean, Airfix's Chipmunk comes with 2 pilots.
Yeah.
I mean, they're crap, but they've come with 2 pilots.
The Defiant from Airfix also came with 2.
Yes.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it.
They're going to butcher them to fit them in.
And also 2 different, not the same pilots. So 2 different figures.
Did the Meteor come with a pilot? It did, didn't it? Let's have a look.
Yes, it does.
It does. I've had issues with the Meteor this week. I'm crying over the Meteor at the moment. I am crying. I am crying. I don't know what I've done. I even watched Gary's video back to see how his went together, and mine isn't going together. If you put it on big, you can advise me on this because I'm a bit devastated actually. So I did the cockpit, done it all up nice and everything. Put it one side, but it fitted good. Put it on the other side, fitted good. Glued it exactly as it says. You can't get this wrong. Gluing it, you can't get it wrong. Well, I'm saying that. So I glued it in there and the bits, everything looking good. Definitely half and half. But watch this. Get the second side, put it on, right? Match it to the bottom so it all fits in straight. Perfect. And look at that. Look at the gap. You can see the gap there. If I turn it over, that is the gap. Now I can squeeze a little bit, but there's a massive gap there, and the front doesn't even touch. And I can't work out why. I've even sanded down the sides here to try and get it to, whether it's that. And I've done it exactly as what the instruction said. Now, I don't ever blame the kit, right? I'm very reluctant to blame the kit. But you can get it to touch on the top just. It looks all right at the top. But then you've got the bottom here, you've got the gap. So whichever way you do it, you're going to end with the gap, top or bottom. And I can't work out why. I really cannot work out why. If you look at the end there, you look like you've got plenty of room, but it just will not touch at the top and at the back here. And I have... Oh,
it's funny, I had the same thing with the Lancaster that I'm working on. That exact same problem. I just ended up taking a load of material out on the cockpit area just to get it to fit.
I think I'm going to have to rub it. I'm going to have to try and unglue this, aren't I? Because when I did it, I put it together and I thought, oh, yeah, that fits nice. Glued it in, and now the fucker won't go together, you know? And
I got really the same with my Blenheim.
But when I went to Gary's stuff and watched this, it went together like a dream. And I'm like, what have I done wrong? You know, and I can't get it to go together.
And it was at this moment that he realized he messed up.
Yeah. I don't know what I've done.
Did you dry fit it?
I did. I dry fitted it, and it worked all right. And I've glued one side, like the instructions. I didn't want to glue it too quick because I went down to my local garage and got some of these. I go down to my local garage and say, have you got any old alloy wheel weights that I can just now off here? And then I get them, clean them up. So that will go in there, sweet. And then I'll glue him up. But as I said, I am absolutely mortified. I cannot get the thing to close up. So what do? Do I just spin it and start again, get another kit?
No, I personally, I'd sand as much as you possibly can off the around the cockpit.
Of the sides?
Yeah.
Of the cockpit.
On the side of the cockpit.
Yeah.
I think it's just maybe due to, did you cement it with that plastic glue? Maybe it's got molten a little bit and is just pushing a little bit to the outside.
Yeah,
that's a good shot, to be fair.
What I do if it's this tight fit, I will glue it on one side, then push it together and have the clamp on it with both sides on it. Because then
I'll just whack in another load of cement to see if I can
unweld it,
unhook it, unweld it. But I don't think I can. I think it's pretty well far gone now. But as I said, as soon as I just understand why it.
Yeah, because sometimes you make sprue glue out of it if you're if you're welding it together, and then it will just be a little bit pushed to the outside due to the extra plastic in between.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think
always get down to tap.
Just send it down.
Yeah, sand it down. I think.
Just
I don't know where to actually. Yeah.
What is touching, and try to figure out what you need to sand.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I can't see where it's touching. That's the problem I've got. Clicks in at the bottom, but it's, if you can see there, look at that. It's bang in the middle. There's no bugging about. It's bang in the middle, but it's there. It's caused. If you do it from the top.
Yeah, but if you notice, when you join it, you have more of a gap on the left hand side than the right side. The cockpit to the fuselage.
Yeah, consensus in chat is that you've probably just messed it up.
They agree.
I think your problem is around where the seat area is. The larger part of the tub.
I think his
I think
problem
you
is
just need to
that
try and take it out and try and sand some of that down.
Yeah.
Because that's to me, because like you said, you've got plenty of room at the front, but your gap seems to be further at the back. So
further here, isn't it?
I'm guessing. I reckon it's more the back end's your problem. Towards the back end's your problem.
I think the biggest problem is that Moses is not used to cockpit.
It took him too long.
My little Booker Youngman has an interesting problem with the instructions. It has 2 Part 35s.
Oh, that's interesting.
One is a wing and the other is a strut, but they're both Part 35 on the sprue map and the instructions.
Well, I mean, it's quite hard to get them confused, though. Like, they're not exactly similar looking parts.
Well, you say that.
Won't fly with on the strut alone.
I did wonder why one strut was very thick.
Yeah, very long. Well, I got a few parts in a kit that doesn't even the instructions don't even mention them, so it's quite interesting. Some and they look like what can they be? I also have that sometimes with some decals.
Oh yeah, no, you're a braver man than I am. When I was younger, I had a Sukhoi 27, I think, with no box, no instructions, no decals, and it just went in the bin.
Oh yeah. Well, no box, no instructions is no problem for me.
Look
yeah,
at
but you've also got scale mates now. We can get the instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. If only I knew which kit it was, and this was.
And then you also don't have any issues with numbers, right?
True.
35, whatever.
Yeah, you don't need 235s. Yeah.
Well, most of mine are also off the sprue, so you don't have any numbers anymore. You just have one big pile of parts.
That's like me with a Land Rover, isn't it?
And your several pairs of instructions. And then buy a new kit for a new set of instructions.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, bought a new kit to buy instructions. Yeah.
Well, he wants to buy a new kit because the cockpit doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 number 35.
Well, that's certainly
that is a bit better, but it's going to take a lot of glue.
Strength.
I tell you.
Well,
I can't see where it's touching. That's the thing.
Clear your diary.
Is it touching there? Maybe it needs to come off there a bit. There's definitely that cause it's definitely to do with that. Yeah, maybe I need to take an edge off that. Maybe I need to do that.
You know, Airfix's pilot design has hardly changed in like years, at least 20 years.
Most people haven't changed that much in 20 years.
True.
They're still people shaped.
Like, yeah, but as in the design for like the uniforms and stuff, they're all sort of still sat in the same sort of position with their hands on their lap.
They're all twerking. That's what they're doing. Mostly twerking.
Yeah. Like, so I've got some in like one of the Humbrol box kits, like the blue ones, and they're all sat in the same position as they are now, in the same sort of uniforms.
Well,
it's the same era, so.
Who's the geezer in the you know when it gives the option in the instructions to put the pilot in? Who the hell is he? Because he looks nothing like the figure. Happy little classy bloke.
Well, in this kit they look similar.
Is he supposed to be somebody?
Yeah, he's a designer of the kit.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got to. Where is he?
Where is?
In this kit they all look similar, for once. But then all the pilots look exactly the same.
They haven't done it in this one. They actually look like the.
Yeah, apparently it was the designer of the kit that they do it to.
Oh, right.
They mentioned it on one of the Sprue and Glue chats that because I think Dale was desperate to get his face on a pilot for the model kit. So yeah. Come on! I think this is. I think I found it. I think it's here. It's where it's touching. Let's just scrape some of this crap off. And another thing that when I was at the Oval Model Show, hardly any Humbro for sale again up there.
No, there's quite a lot of Tamiya and Vallejo actually.
Vallejo, did you see the Dulux Materials guy there?
Yeah, I spoke to him as well.
He's all right, isn't he? Nice chap, wasn't he?
Yeah. Did you speak to the bloke who had all the dioramas set up?
Yes.
Because he had the tank restoration build, and he's such an interesting bloke. He's a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
We have a lot of background explosions going on.
Sorry, is that me? Sorry.
It caused my dad to buy a kit for the first time in a good 10 years. Seeing that guy's like, I want to start making dioramas now. So he bought that other Airfix club kit that I got. There's some interesting blokes there, though.
Yeah, they are. It's some lovely people there, to be fair. Some really nice people.
I haven't been to a model show in a while.
Come to Yeovil Model Show next semester.
I did genuinely, just out of curiosity, look up how much it would have cost and how long it would have taken on the train. If I left the day before, I could have done it. It really is that far away.
No, that's not ideal, is it?
just for an hour of looking around going, oh yeah, there's not even any weathering.
Well, there's a complete air museum there as well. So.
Yeah, I know.
Would have been further for me, I think. Well, at least time-wise.
Yeah.
No, just fly in.
Acquired taste.
Oh yeah, just go down to your local historic aviation charity, borrow the Spitfire, and just fly down. Plenty of air bases around Yeovil.
Plenty of air, yeah. It's a shame they're building over the runway that all the Concords took off from, isn't it, bastards? Filtering that runway now is all being built on by houses now. So a little bit of aviation history is now gone forever.
Well, I mean, if you're buying a house there, you could just say, "Oh yeah, the Concorde ran over my house once."
Yeah.
Yep.
Never write that, you know.
Is a good point of sale for the house if you want to sell. So.
Yeah, but still, it's the history of the place, isn't it?
Houses are selling fast, supersonic fast.
Supersonic fast, yeah.
Like once the plane that took off from this land.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I have no idea what this Part 35 is even meant to be.
A strut, right?
But it's not. It's a wiggly thing. It's a wiggly strut.
A wiggly
strut.
It goes.
Yeah.
It's mentioned as being in between the legs, but there's never any picture of how it's actually assembled. So I don't actually know what it's supposed to look like.
So a wiggly strut that goes in between the legs.
Yeah.
All right.
You use Sully's advice and have a look on that Google thing. Not heard much about
Googly
it,
thing.
Good resource.
Yeah.
That Google thing.
They have some information maybe about that part.
Heard it's quite useful.
Yeah.
That googly thing.
Yeah, it's such a welcome.
Yeah, the thing on the internet-y thing.
Yeah. Tinternet on the Tinternet.
Yeah,
I don't do that interwebs.
Who does that?
I'm like the Airfix flying hours. I don't do the internet.
Yeah, Matt from Model Minutes went, but I had gone by them because I got a lift with somebody and they wanted to leave after they got their bits.
He got there 5 minutes after I left.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that in the chat.
Couldn't write it.
Okay, so the internet tells me that it's actually just supposed to be a straight strut.
Right, okay.
Well, that's not ideal.
Which site are you looking on?
Flickr, actually. It's a photo on Flickr. I found it from Google.
I told you that
Good boy.
was good.
Good recommendation. However, this kit has almost an entire spare fuselage and loads of other spare little bits. So there's actually a spare strut here. So maybe they just put it down wrong on the instructions, and it should be this one.
Who's it made
Who's the
by?
manufacturer?
It is RS Models.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
makes
So
sense.
it's probably just wrong in the
It's
instructions.
probably just
then.
wrong, yeah. This one's too long, but at least that's a problem I can solve.
Well, it's not wrong. He's just adding an extra challenge for the skill modeler.
I don't want an
Yeah.
Skill level 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, skill level 5. It's like the Revel ones are complete bullshit. They do the levels by how many parts there is.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
it.
What did you get from the other model show, Moss? Did you get anything?
Yeah, I did. You know my favourite knife?
You bought
It's
that
big.
bloody lot.
There was 3 left, so I bought all 3 of them.
Fair enough.
So
Because I've
Matt
never
from
seen
Model
them. I've
Minutes
never
didn't
seen
get
them.
one.
I've never seen them. Never seen them. No, never seen them. Right. Oh,
You got the is it a Komanov?
yeah, got that as well.
That looks cool.
I got this one here.
I want one of them. Maybe not the Airfix kit, but I still want that weird helicopter.
I don't think it's Airfix, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I hear there's a
what
website
the
where you
hell
can
I get?
find things out.
Yeah. Somebody look on
Oh, I've
somebody
heard
look on
that as well.
Spellmates. I'll tell you the reason why I don't think it is Airfix is because
Too good?
let me
Looks too
show
good.
you. It does look too
It
good.
has a looking like a man.
Oh, is that closer? What does that say on there?
I don't know what it's. What's it? I don't even know how you say it. Was it KA25?
Kamov, yeah.
CBG Products Corporation, 1983.
It is Airfix.
CPG.
Yeah, apparently it's Airfix.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, who's that then? CPG Products Corp, 1983.
Was it maybe an Airfix design thing, and that's just the people who
Yeah.
actually called it? Maybe.
I'm gathering so. But then, if it was that, then this tooling could be sold to anybody else and mean boxed as somebody else's, like, you know.
It was reboxed very soon afterwards by MPC.
Yeah, which is FX again,
Oh, of course.
which is American FX.
And that's it.
Um,
Yeah, and that's it.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna. By the way, I've signed up to the Mind 15-hour live stream challenge.
Ooh.
So one day, either next week or the week after, I will be live streaming from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night and trying to raise money for the Mind charity.
Could you not get up at an earlier time?
Yeah,
I was really worried that was your way of saying I've signed up for it, so now we're going to be live for another 14 hours.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But,
Good luck. Good on.
You're
Good
all
on.
learning.
Have fun.
Yeah.
You will be a miserable mess by the end of it.
Well, I'm open to drink alcohol.
Why at the end?
If needs be, I'm
He's
sure
a
some
mess
of us will be
already.
happy to come along and keep you company for a bit.
Yeah.
If you
Take
want.
the piss.
When is
Oh
it?
no!
Maybe not 6 o'clock in the morning, but maybe later.
When is it, Moss?
One day next week I'm gonna have a crack at it. I don't know what actual day, but it'll be.
Oh, I just
Probably
realised
weekend. Probably weekend.
an hour ago I got my beer out the fridge.
Oh, so it's nice and warm now.
Nice and warm beer.
I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Nothing like a nice warm beer.
Good old Airfix having no details on bull turrets.
Mossy,
What's that, mate?
Miss Modeler said she's fixed all.
Which Mossler?
Miss Modeler.
Oh, she fixed it, did she? Yeah, she's back in the chat.
Private
Back in the
chat.
chat. I've already added her back in, yeah.
Yeah, well done. I've just realised that this kit's not giving me enough pilots for my bull turret. Well, that's not ideal. Luckily, I have 10 spare.
Moz, Anfield says he's still waiting for an email.
I don't know why that's not come through yet. It should have gone through. You should have had the email. I did because I can, I've done it directly from StreamYards. He should have got an email through. It should be coming through on my Gmail account, mate. So you should have got it by now.
Is it? Check your spam, Anfield.
Yeah, check your spam, mate.
There's a good chance it could have gone there. Actually.
Yeah, I wonder why I put Moz into spam. He's not done anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, I just so they sent me a T-shirt. Mine did. I'm just going to try and work out how to do the link to so people can donate to the charity sort of thing. I've got the T-shirt. It's a Mind T-shirt. Mind. It's a T-shirt.
Is it a T-shirt?
But yeah. So, but also
Apparently
this
it's a
is
T-shirt. I don't think.
Mine. So, but I've got these. Did I tell you about my? Did I show to you guys the design I've gone for? Did I show you on Discord, you guys, of my Airfix T-shirt I've designed?
You did that on stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you have a T-shirt?
There it
It
is.
is a T-shirt.
Oh,
Oh, you've already printed it. I didn't know you printed it.
Finally in the
Yeah,
right
but-
scale.
You showed us the
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Finally in the right scale. A 1-on-1 scale.
I got the new one's going to have Moz 6x1 on models just underneath there. But
Oh, you got a brand right, yeah.
yeah. So so I'm gonna get it printed. I'm gonna 172 ones, 124 scale ones done as well. And I might give them away as prizes. Have we got a spammer in the chat, have we? Bastard.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Got a spammer in the chat.
Oh, I just
I
broke
think the
my
only
long
spammer
strut.
was Moss.
Oh, you got a spare one, right? Or did
No,
you
that
break the wing?
No, that, that was the last one.
Oh no.
I'll find some spare plastic.
Oh
somewhere.
no!
Oh, shit.
Oh no! I now have a nice dark Christmassy vanilla stout to go with my mince pies that I'm eating.
That sounds
A bit early, yeah. It's not
awesome.
even been Remembrance Day yet, man. Come on.
They go out of date on Monday next week.
I'm already listening to Christmas songs, so you know.
Oh, brilliant.
Don't.
No.
I'm not there till after Remembrance Day.
I love Christmas.
I can't wait till it's
Yeah, but
over.
Remembrance Day first. That's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
Can't have fun till we
I've
talked about dead people.
I've just got another new member. We've got To Boldly Go has become a member. Thank you very much for becoming a member to Boldly Go.
They're coming in thick and fast today.
You get
Coming thick and fast. Thick and
you get
fast.
a nice jar of extra thin for your second month.
Lovely.
Wow. Yeah.
Be welcome to the madhouse.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
madhouse.
Thank you very much. No refunds.
No refund.
There's a T-shirt.
The channel members have their own what's it called as well? They can have the other what are they called? Emojis. So they can have the Airfix and the models emojis and everything. So I need to get my phone out for this.
Can I?
Absolutely amazing. Can't get more Can't get better than the Moz emoji. Makes you look more important.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Anfield Road in. Hi, Lee. You alright, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm just working on the bridge, doing a little bit of weathering.
Little weathering, is it?
Yeah.
If you want some real weathering, go stand outside.
It was a long one, but I've shortened it because it was the double track, and I thought I'm just first time I've tried any weathering with oil.
It looks
the,
awesome.
Soft pastels. And I'm quite liking it. I've done it.
You tried weathering with fruit pastels?
Yeah.
Oh my god, now I want fruit
pastel. Soft pastels.
Fruit pastels.
They do dessert pastels now as well, like different flavoured ones. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so hungry.
I think the chat's ended up on shuffle, sorry.
We've never had so many in the chat.
Just means we're getting more and more popular, maybe?
More popular? Yes.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
No, just because I show up today.
Yeah. It's you, not them.
The internet, so it went off on Friday.
Very awesome bridge.
It's a Dapple train bridge. It was a double track, but I didn't want it as a double. I only wanted it as a single. I actually was building it last Monday when Moz was on.
It looks great.
I did something very, very similar.
I do
just not as well.
Little kits. I'll usually sit watching Moz building me kits.
Yeah.
Or screwing a meteor up.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone got any ideas for the best way on weathering? This is the first time I've attempted any weathering.
We've come to the right place. Hand it over to Sonny.
I guessed you were going to say that. I know Sonny's good on the weathering. I've been watching a couple of Sonny's stuff.
What you're trying to do?
All I want to do is just try and make it's grey. And I just want to try and put a bit of weathering
rust on
it. What I've done there is, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, I've done a rust. And I'm just trying to make it look slightly weathered. All I've done is mixed it, scraped it with a scalpel and mixed it with IPA. I don't know if I've done the right idea or not.
Different
I think it looks marvellous.
It does look, yeah, it does. To fit. What? So there's different ways, and you may have gone a bit too far. See, what I tend to do with rusting, when I start with rusting, I start with a blacky grey base coat and then rust on top. That generally works out better because it dulls it down quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
Again, it is all depending on what you want to look at. But I always do rust. I started off with a blacky grey colour.
Yeah.
And then even if I've used pigments, which is the same as basically using pastels, and just, it looks literally exactly the way you've done it. But I said I would have started off with a darker base coat.
What I was looking at, I don't know if anyone's seen anything on YouTube about it, is that salt technique.
Yes, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've never tried it. I keep looking at it.
It's quite easy. You need to use.
I was looking at doing it on some of my wagons, some of my load wagons.
So use rock salt. Not rock salt. Sea salt.
Yeah, I've heard you use sea salt.
Yeah, sea salt's better because you've got a lot of different variants in salt rock sizes.
Yeah.
But like like if you get like a stone scatter type sort of thing, you get different sizes. You can actually do it either way. You can start off with like your sort of lighter coat, wet the area, sprinkle the salt on, let the water evaporates it, so it's kind of like stuck to the model. And then but you can then just literally lightly mist your dark coat over. Or alternative, I've done it that way. I tend to do it the other way. I've got my sort of like my clean colour, if you like, my base coat, and then done a salting, and then a really light misting of the pale colour. Let it dry, and then just dust it off with a soft brush. That should do you.
I'll have to have a look at that.
But do it. Try it on a test. Obviously, try a test piece first.
Yeah, that's what I'm only. This is the first time I've tried doing any weathering of to this example of my bridge. I've done little messing about with little things, but they've not turned out right. And I thought I wanted to do this footbridge, so I thought I'm going to give it a go. Last week I shortened it, and I thought this week I'm going to try and do some weathering on it.
Yeah. So what you could always do, once it's all dry, seal it, and then put a really light...
What would you recommend sealing it with?
Matte varnish.
Just
a matte varnish. Yeah, I always matte varnish everything. And then you could always put a... Well, what you could do, if you put a wash, I mean, I'd probably put like a semi-gloss on.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like maybe like a light blacky brown.
Yeah.
Just to sit in some of the recess to make it sort of pop out a little bit more. Some of the details make some of the details pop. But you don't want to go too much. You just literally as light as possible. You could just put a lot of thinners in it, and just keep layering it up until you get to where you want, and then obviously just match it again.
That's what I've been doing. I've been messing around with pastels on for a while now. But this is the first time I've had a go at trying to do stuff with them. I've been doing the weathering, but this is the first time I've really tried chucking my hand at it.
Well, you can only improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you do it, you look at the last thing you did, and it will be better every time.
Yeah.
Well, say every time. There will be one time where you'll screw it up altogether, and then you go.
Yeah, I've had
You will notice this was the moment.
I know. You do models, I do me trace, I do scenery. But I've had times I've messed up scenery constantly. I'm recently in a competition at the moment, doing a scenic scene of a winter scene on my layout at the moment that I'm working on War Scenics competition. I'm doing that at the moment. Doesn't look like it's worked. Messed that up, haven't I?
Keep trying, mate.
I have a quick question for you, Moz.
Yeah, go on then. I like a good question.
How are you doing for those lightning patches? Still got plenty?
Yeah, well, get one back for you anyway, mate.
Yes. Good. I'm just checking because I haven't done anything to this lightning in a little while, and if you're about to tell me that I don't even get a thing I didn't realise existed until a couple of weeks ago, I would have got mad.
The thing is, though, believe it or not, the most expensive thing about these patches is not the actual printing of them. They work out about £4 each to print. The expensive bit is getting the design done to how you like it, and then getting the guy to digitize them so they can be then put through a machine. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm in
so
for one as well.
I've given away 20. I think I got 30 printed. Because that was how many people said they would do it, but I think I've given away about 20. But yeah, have you got one, Rorex? Have I sent you one?
Yeah, and I don't have one yet, but I'm building one now for it.
You're building one now, innit? Yeah. So I've still got a few, but if I needed to, I'll just get them printed again, because I can get them printed as many as I want, because the lady who does them will just set the machine and bang, get some done, so it's not a difficult thing. So don't worry about it too much, But that includes anyone in the chat. If you do it, you also get a copy of my zine as well. I've got to get my new zine finished this month as well. Well, these are the last of the zines. I had 100 printed, and these are the last of the zines. So if you get, I'll send you one of these as well.
Is that the first one, Mother?
Yeah, you've got yours, haven't you?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. What do you think of it? Was it all right?
Yes, interesting read.
Thank you very much.
Very
Right, just quickly, somebody asked a question about the Hawker Typhoon.
The one with the card on it.
Yeah, has anybody bought it?
No.
I've never bought it. No.
No room.
115 quid.
I can't
No
afford it.
room.
Yeah, that feels like a reasonable price for the size of it.
Doesn't mean I can afford it then.
Well, yeah,
No matter
I
how
would never.
reasonable it is, it's still expensive.
I would never have the space or the skill to do something like that justice. Therefore, I would never buy it. But it feels
That's
about
right.
right. If this Lightning's 25 quid, then it feels right that the Lightning would be. Oh, it's over here now. The camera's here. It feels like it would be about 100 and something. It's bigger than a Spitfire, and a Spitfire's 100 quid.
On the other side, it's much more detailed, and because everything's bigger, it's easier to build, I think.
Yeah.
Easier to paint.
You say that, though.
Hopefully.
There'll be more details.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
you
but
say
you think
that.
there'll be more
and all I can
details
say
for the
is
size of it,
Meteor.
You'd think there'd be more details for the size of the kit.
Was the 24 scale one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the 24 scale one? Yeah. No, I think that's a fair price. I would love to do it, but again, I ain't got the space. I don't think for it at the moment.
Not
Looks
yet. Not
amazing,
that you're
though.
moving.
No,
Yeah,
I'll move
finally
into
get
exactly the same size space.
Like me, what I do, I say to myself, the other half even says it to me, says, what are you building now? And when I started off with one layout that was up in the loft, then I built this one in the spare room, and I've took over the room, it's my modelling room now.
Evil takeovers.
Oh, it does.
Next, it will be an accurate model of like the Mersey Underground or something under the floorboards.
Well, derailment's under there would be emotional, wasn't it?
Yeah. But
and this wall needs a hole.
I find it dead relaxing when I'm doing anything. Like scratch building, for example. I do a lot of scratch building out of matches. I find it, I'll sit here watching a live stream or watching something, and I'll find it dead relaxing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I like
Well, so we had a couple.
been watching, is it Plastic? He's up now, T-Ball to Game Model Works. I've been watching some of his builds.
Yeah.
And they're interesting to watch. There's a lot of yous I've been watching the builds that you do.
Oh, going back to Yeovil Model Show mods, right?
Yeah.
There's something I bought, and in my opinion, it's like the coolest thing ever. And I know it's like really simple, but I got this like turntable.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the coolest thing I've ever got.
Is it really?
Like, yeah, I don't know. I just
You
love
wait,
seeing the
hey,
models
listen,
getting
mate.
rotated.
Right, if that's what this thing ever done, wait till you get a girlfriend, because I can assure you she's got more cool things.
Right, the thing is, it's just
that's below the belt.
It's the simple things, though, isn't it? Like the
I feel
simple
that,
things
but
just
is
like
that
make
the
it more
turntable that's
interesting.
in the
Like I
corner
said-
I can see with the plane going round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does look cool. It's ideal for working on something, moving round.
Well, I just like it for displaying stuff. It just looks cool.
Yeah,
I've
it
got
does.
one.
It makes the model stand out.
Yeah. I've got one over there. But yeah. And it
I've
does
got
look cool, because this is what I got. My one is the little table turner, like I got from that HomeSense store. Just I've been using this a lot more to do my models with. Easier to spray with it, like, you know.
I just turn the model round.
No, I can
This is why, if I work on
thing is,
scratch
though, I
building
could-
something, I'll just turn it round.
I can shop them on that. I can put whatever I want on it.
Yeah, it's a good bit of kit,
Like-
mate.
Like any
Usually
size,
stuff
even if
mine's
it's like
on.
like this Churchill here that I built years ago. I've only just fit that on. Well, no, I can't. The trailer's hanging off, but that's not the point. just hold the trailer and it looks
Is that
cool.
a tank that you've just put on it?
Yeah, it's a Churchill Mark 7 like crocodile. It's got a flamethrower on it.
Oh yeah. I've got
There
a
you go.
friend that's built in this competition.
Almost fits.
He's just built a tank for his diorama build he's doing in the competition on Facebook on WWC Next.
I would like, if Airfix can do this, then that would be amazing. But I would like somebody to make an affordable kit of a completely useless, pointless tank, so that I can have an entire train of them being shipped on war wagons for the Second World War. It's the Covenanter. So if anyone from Airfix is watching, please make a 176 Covenanter, a tank that was so useless it overheated in Scotland when it was meant for the desert.
Is it because it was ginger as well?
That sounds almost as useless as the T14.
Yeah, not quite that bad. There are a couple of Covenanters here in Norfolk if you want to go to the beach and see them.
Can you see my turntable? This is my turntable.
Yours is a bit more scratched than mine, but you probably have yours quite a lot longer.
And also it buggers, it stops halfway round, so I think the teeth are gone in it, but
got turntable wars going on.
Yeah.
But like you can't go wrong with it. It's just interesting to have.
Here you go, here's one for you. Can I have the knife? Do you remember that Golden Child with Eddie Murphy? And they go, can I have the knife, please? They get saying, can I have the knife? Brilliant film. Although I don't use the glass mirror base because of reflections during filming. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're trying to do filming or filming anything, for example. If you have glass or anything that the light bounces off, it gives a glare.
Yeah. No, I imagine with the like ending shots, it like for like the end of a video, it can be quite good to show the underside of the aircraft.
Yeah.
Like
I'll black mine. I'll put some black card on mine.
But
mainly because mine was scratched and shit.
These are what I buy from IKEA. These are like called heat pits, and I use
I also have those.
You know, they're like €2 or £2, like so. Yeah.
I also use them.
Definitely. But yeah, when you get a girlfriend, mate, I can assure you, they're more expensive. They are more expensive than that turntable. But
that's why I held off, mate. Need to get the car first. It's way too much money. Yeah, got to do cars first, then worry about everything else.
Be fair with
Don't
a car
get a girlfriend.
Exactly.
Just don't. They're not worth it.
Or get a girlfriend. Or get a girlfriend with a car.
With a car on a turntable, who needs a girlfriend, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, definitely. She'll be there.
Let's skip the girlfriend.
She'll be there oiled up, and you'll be going, "Get off the fucking car, love."
Get off the turntable.
I think adding the pilots is good if you can paint people. I'm utter shite at it and always fear I ruin my builds. If you want to see a really good way of doing a pilot, Uncle Nightshift does a good video on that, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Don't even go there on Moz on painting people. I paint the little models of the people. I lose my temper painting them sometimes.
Yeah.
I love painting pilots at like 70-second scale. It's so fun.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I paint all of mine.
Honestly, I enjoy it so much.
I'm now doing even some passengers.
When you're trying to put the face in, it can get tedious.
You don't need to do too much detail though. I just do whatever flash I'm just doing they're having.
Well, it depends on what size of figure you're making though. It depends on what size of figure you're making. Because if you're making like a 148 one, you don't really want to, or not necessarily 148, but you know what I mean, like bigger scale. You can't really get away with not putting. because it can ruin the look of the build.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I never go above the 1 true scale, so I don't have that issue.
Oh, I like to bury myself. Dabble in everything, as they say.
Celtic West has just said, my pet has just had an operation at the vet. It's had all of its fur shaved. It's now a bear cat.
Oh, that joke's that little. It shouldn't be out this late at night.
I know. Give us the bear cat.
Yeah, but you know, at this time of night, though, you're always going to laugh at the terrible jokes. That's what happens when it gets late. You just find everything funny.
Oh, I do it in the day.
I find it more funny. I'm an hour ahead.
I do through the day to don't kill people.
That is the hardest part of the day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, folks, I'm also building at the moment. At the moment, I'm building this bad boy. At the moment, look at that. He's coming on well. This is what I'm building at the moment.
That one.
Avro RJ85. He's coming on well, you know. The undercarriage is a right bastard. Really is tough to build that undercarriage right. And he isn't quite as straight as I'd like it.
Still not a bear cat.
Still not a bear cat. No. Not a bear cat. New tools I got this week as well, which came through, is the Citadel new knife. You see this new knife they brought out?
They haven't painted yet.
How many knives do you need?
Oh, I don't know. I just like a new tool.
I've just bought a new craft knife.
One likes turntables, one like knives. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those ones.
The other one likes playing with his tool on stream.
Bought a load of new ones.
Other one likes struts. And other one's flappy bits, right?
I like the orange.
You and your flappy bits.
I like that orange angled one.
I do quite like the wobbly strut.
The wobbly strut.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, everybody likes a wobbly strut.
That looks a nice craft knife, Moz.
It is.
You can't have him. He's bought the whole lot.
Is that what he bought from the last show you went to?
No. This is the one I bought. I bought the last 3 of these. These are my favourite ones, but this one's supposed to be like a safety one. These ones. This one with 20.
They look a comfy model knife.
This one is.
You're not supposed to have comfort.
I've got.
Not like comfort.
Just to feel the pain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the one thing I hate about it.
It's pain.
The XL.
Extreme pain.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's
That's
nice
a good
and
knife.
damp.
Yeah.
But the other one I quite like, but my model shop at the moment, I can't get the blades for it, is the orange handled one.
God, I haven't seen one of them in years.
My model shop cannot get the blades for that at the moment.
No.
Well, that's
yeah,
It's like metal parts, most on the knife.
You can get I've seen them on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can get them on Amazon.
Do you know you can't sell a craft knife on eBay? If you can sell a handle, you can sell a blade, but you can't sell the complete knife, any knife, on eBay. Bizarre as hell.
That's a bit inconvenient.
I got banned.
That is bizarre, isn't it?
I got banned for 3 days to list on eBay because I put up a cake slice.
Oh my! That is
eBay
ridiculous.
I suppose there's worse things to get banned for.
Serial killer.
And the other day, I had this vintage tool that was a body massager called the Kawasaki vibrator, and I got a warning for that. We don't allow adult toys on the network, on the platform. I said, this is not an adult toy, this is a body massager, this is.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what she said, indeed.
Yeah, and it was then I realised I'd fucked up.
They screwed you.
So this is the new knife from Citadel. It's supposed to be one of these ones, so you can see it's got a grip there. It's actually quite nice in the hand. Quite nice, quite light.
I do like the Citadel stuff.
What is
I
the metal
don't,
part,
personally.
Moss?
I'm not a fan of their
Pardon?
prices.
That metal part.
I
where you wave your
was
finger.
looking at their Sprue Cutters.
Don't do it.
Oh, apparently they're not very
Don't
good.
get them.
Aren't they?
Here you go. No.
Yeah.
I will go through the reasons why they are shit. Right, here you go.
I love
when
it.
you pick up a sprue cutter, it's like, and it feels nice in your hand, doesn't it? It's like there, you pick it up.
Yeah.
This is slippery as this is slippery than a condom with Vaseline on it, right? You pick it up, it slips out of your hand. It slips out of your hand, right? And it's so wide that you can't just pick it up and use it. You've got to manipulate it, and when it should be about there, really. That's where it should be, but it flicks out far to width of your hand. Whereas a normal one, like this one, is about there. So you've got it in the bend and in the palm. Beautiful. With this one, you've got to actually manipulate it into that position and then do it. And then if you're not careful, the skin catches there. If you squeeze, it pinches the skin if you're not careful. They're bollocks.
Yeah, too small.
The worst ever ones I bought. If you want the best ones, are these. These are on. There's a link in my description down below. Right, these are the Volcan ones. These are absolutely stunning. They're like God hands, but only 29 quid. These are only 29
guys,
quid.
Proof size.
I'm upset now.
What's that?
Proof size matters.
I'm upset now.
Why are you upset?
I got
my
the
Citadel
ones
one.
from Hobbycraft, Moz. Had
Yeah.
them a week. And he broke.
Hey! That's because you've got them set wrong.
I have the Citadel
you've
one.
got
And I
them
love
one.
the Citadel.
Oh, you've got them ones. Do you know they're the Atari ones, aren't they? They are terrible as well. Honestly, they are crap.
Yeah,
As
well,
Here you
put
go.
it this way, I was only cutting a match with it, and the actual metal bit flew past me eye.
Yeah.
Lucky away glasses.
Here you go. These are the ones you've got, innit? These are Atari ones.
Yeah.
Where's me? Yeah. These are the Atari ones. These are absolutely shocking. Look at this. I never use them, and they've already gone rusty in my toolbox.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I only had
these
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are terrible as well.
After all, you don't use it, you do lose it.
They snap.
Yeah. No, I can't stand these. These are crap. These are
Lucky enough, I didn't buy them on their own. I bought them
Yeah.
with the craft knife and the little cutting mat. I was lucky.
Yeah.
So I didn't waste my money. I still got 2 other things that were useful.
You've seen the price of models in Hobbycraft, though. Honestly, it is.
Yes,
shit, isn't
I
it?
have. I have seen the price of the models. I bought I got a load of the jars, the Tamiya mixing paint jars for making me washes. I couldn't believe
I've
it.
stopped
I
buying
was
models
looking
from
at the price
Hobbycraft
of
now.
models,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
extortionate.
They're not cheap at all.
No.
Except
No,
when
there's no
Hobbycraft
way.
has a
Hobby shop are
sale,
not even
they're
cheap.
insanely
I went
cheap.
into me model
Oh, yeah,
shop and
definitely.
look.
What was that,
I do
Muslim?
like
What did you say?
The models in the hobby shops aren't cheap nowadays.
Well, they're not too bad.
Well, that's the price of limit's gone up, hasn't it? Quite considerably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I'm looking. I want to get myself. I'm looking at. I want to find a tank, but I need it to be able to fit onto the back of a low loader going on the back of a tray.
Bloody hell. What was it?
That is another reason or another use for a new Airfix 176 Covenanter. Come on, Airfix.
I
Yeah,
think
it would
Moz,
make a nice load, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Moz, we should get a list together of what we should bully Airfix to make. Well, not bully.
Yeah, suggest to suggest, innit?
constantly
I would like
suggests.
to. I would like to see Airfix bring back to the vintage classic range the Datsun 280Z. Is it 280Z? They only ever released it once, and no one else has released it. Now, there was an American Airfix version of it, which is a monogram version, but they actually released their own Datsun 280Z. I'd love to see that. That'd be good. I tell you, this would be a good vintage classic. This one here, the Come-Off KA25AC. That'd be a good vintage classic.
That looks nice.
I've got that Westland coming this week as well. That vintage classic they're bringing out. The Bulldog. Is it called the Bulldog?
I have actually tried building an Airfix model. That was over lockdown. I've done a little bit of it. Then it got shelved, and I put it to one side. It's somewhere in one of the drawers somewhere.
Hear me out here, right? An Airfix HE112.
Yeah, I'll give you that one, HE112.
Because I saw it at the open model show. I thought about buying it, but they just looked awful. It was so old that I was just like, yeah, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
Not going to bother with it. So,
I think
Airfix, if you're watching, that's what we want.
What you want?
That's what I want. What I want.
Yeah.
As a Heinkel enthusiast, that's what I want.
Oh, I never would have guessed.
RS models do one though. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad actually. Yeah. Have you
Like
built
124 Lancaster.
Yeah.
Might have to have a look for that then.
Hi D9, nice to see you, my friend. D9's in the chat.
I am aware of the link that To Boldly Go just posted about the Covenanter. I nearly spent a lot of money there. Let's not talk about
Did you
that.
really?
Yeah, I thought in a moment of genius, why don't I just order a load of Millicast Covenanters and have a train full of them, and then realise that's expensive.
Well, you just need to get a variety of weird and wacky tanks, because there's a lot.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I've only got 2 tank wagons, and they're both designed for Shermans, and I have 0 Shermans.
Oh,
well, in that scale.
What scale is it?
76th.
Oh, you should get the Airfix Calliope then.
That's in my mum's shed. I made it in the past.
I think Airfix should really pull their finger out and retool a Concorde and do a Concorde. When was the last time they retooled a Concorde?
That would be nice.
When was the last time they when was that tooling for that 144 scale Concorde done?
Couldn't tell you.
Must have been mid-70s, surely. Must have been mid-70s. If they could retool that Concorde, that would be good. It's about time they did that as well. And also, and I was talking to a guy at the Yeovil show. They don't do many Russian ones, do they? They do some nice little Russian ones. We need to put some Russian ones.
Yeah, but that's due to what's happening at the moment in the Ukraine.
Airfix have never made that many Russian aircraft.
Yeah, I ask.
They made like under the Red Star club kit that they made a while back, which has got some really cool schemes on it.
I've asked
which I also happened to get while I was at the Open Model Show. Because it was 15 quid for some of it as well, quite a bit more.
Put some videos out from that show.
They need to bring back the SRN2 as well, the hovercraft.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a want.
You're quite demanding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are.
I don't think we are demanding. I'll tell you the reason why I don't think we're demanding. Just count how many kits they've tooled and released this year.
Sounds like the sort of thing a demanding person would say.
How many have they added to the what they've done? They've done 5 classics, haven't they?
Well, to be honest, I'm not that familiar with new tool kits.
This one is 1963. It's a new tool, right?
for me it is.
It's fairly new.
Well, I'm doing the Defiant now as well, so that's quite new.
That is, yeah. So, 2014, I want to say.
I've had one of those for like 2 years. I've never got around to making it.
Did
I got
Airfix
2 of
ever
them.
do
So.
a Fighting Falcon, an F-16? Did they ever use F-16?
Yes.
I think they did, yeah. I think I saw it at the Yeovil Model Show. I thought about it, but nah.
I built one a couple of years ago. It's not horrendous. It's not like good, but it's not like bad.
That sounds like the description on my dating app. Just don't tell the wife.
Yeah. Funny, like the other day, I don't understand my wife's mood, so I bought her one of these mood rings. Have you seen them? These mood rings, they change colour with the mood. So when she's happy, it's blue.
That's
but when
so
she's
90s.
mad, the red mark appears on my forehead.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Oh, the other ones are the best. I think at the time when I married her,
I always
said,
thought they were a bit of a scam.
So that's when I got married and I said to Mrs. put the trousers on. She said, what? I said, put my trousers on. She said, why? I said, put my trousers on. She said, they're too big for me. I goes, that's right, I wear the trousers in this house. So then she chucked me a pair of skimpy knickers. She goes, put them on. I said, what? She goes, put those on. I said, I'll never get into them. She goes, you fucking won't until you change your attitude. Oh dear.
See, my wife is a bit more understanding. She lets me wear the trousers, but she controls the zip.
Mine gets involved in the modelling with me. She buys me some bits from a lot of scenery stuff lately.
So my partner, this was a few years ago now, way before lockdown, popped out to the shops and ended up sending me a message saying that she had popped into the wargaming shop and was now making things. So she made this little skeleton fella here, having never made anything before. It's tiny little bugger.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
It does.
You know? Looks like you could learn a thing or two from her, Captain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I keep trying to ask, but she hasn't done anything in about 4 years. She just went through a phase of doing 2 people, and that was her phase done.
Yeah,
Mate,
that's like
imagine
my
if she
other
was
half
still
on the
doing.
same. She made me some poppy reefs for me other layout, the one that's in the loft. That's where my name originates from. I made me a load of poppy reefs, but she hasn't done that since she done that.
My girlfriend started Lysander, and this is the state where it is now.
My girlfriend doesn't exist.
Huh.
So.
What's
I
your
found
girlfriend?
love with a turntable.
Yeah, but you have a turntable. Fucking hell.
That works.
What does
Wow.
Hamish's Heinkel and the new Airfix Bearcat have in common?
They don't exist.
Turntable.
Oh, boom, boom. Boom, boom.
My wife, beginning of the month, saw my stash and she said, look, you need to stop buying. You need to build more. And I said, you're
That's what
absolutely
Mum
right.
says to me. But
Yeah, this is getting out of control. A week later, another 4 airplanes come through the door. I thought you said you're going to stop buying. And I stopped it after I spoke with you.
Yeah.
I stopped while I was speaking to you.
One of the minutes is going to bed. Good night, Matt. Nice seeing you. Thanks for joining in tonight.
Mate, have a good one,
Good
mate.
night.
See you,
Like it says, you've got this.
My missus
Because
suggested
sleep
I
wears,
sell-
my
Model
wife
minutes,
is
put
a
some
mood
good
ring. It's red
videos
when she's
out.
angry. I don't know what colour it is when she's happy.
my missus said you should spend.
Answers to all life questions of marriage is yes, dear. That's exactly right.
That's true, actually.
Happy
Yeah.
wife is a happy life, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
it is. That's
I usually say I always have the last word on a discussion. When we are on an argument, I always have the last word. Yes, darling.
I've heard they're always right as well. No, I don't know if this is true,
yeah,
but
they
I've heard
are.
that.
What's that?
Does someone
heard
want to
they're
tell
always
my
right.
partner this? That they should always say yes to me because they need to learn that.
They do.
That looks well, considering the first time I've ever tried weathering.
That's all right, mate. Looking good.
So
Bearcat. What else have we got?
112.
112.
Can't HE 112 yet.
Yeah.
Covenanter tank.
They need to release this as a vintage classic anyway, because I said so.
They would be the only ones
to see them
to do that.
Release the Puma, the SA30.
I'm watching the guy down the.
Can I let you into a little secret, lads? Right? Not a secret, but I reckon because I mentioned Bearcat a lot. I bet there's somebody there now in Airfix who's actually researching the viability of building a Bearcat. I bet they are.
It'd be bad publicity for them if they don't.
Everyone in the chat, right? Everyone who's in the chat, would you super chat Moz a $5 and say yes, I would build a Bearcat, and then I'll go to Airfix and say, here you go, give us a Bearcat.
Get it trending on Twitter. Airfix Bearcat.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Moz, I think that last week or last month they done a meeting and said, look, just to shut up, Moz, get the Bearcat done.
Yeah.
I can't stand him anymore.
All those emails.
Let's do it in 72nd, 48th. Let's do a starter set version as well.
Just do everything. Do the
whole thing.
24th Bearcat.
32.
Give him no reason to complain.
Moz doesn't viable.
And a 76 one for on the train, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I'll get that.
And do you know what? If they did a Bearcat, it would hit. They'd all be blessed and loved in the. If they want to go in the American market, I reckon that Bearcat would do really well.
Well, everyone in this chat, like this stream, will be obliged to buy one because we've made such a stink about it.
I haven't made a stink. I just said if there's one kit that's been undeservedly overlooked and overshadowed and underappreciated, it's the Bearcat, and the reason is it was just at the arse end of World War II, but it was used in the Korean War, wasn't it? Quite a lot.
But the problem is, Moz, you just said that one thing to them written in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
You only been mentioning that for the past 3 months.
Out, Annie.
It's a Bearcat. Just do the fucking thing. I tell you what, I would like to see in the. I tell you, and I think they do well, and I'm pretty sure this is why Rev will do them. I would like to see Airfix getting back in the airliner business and doing the airliners in 144 scale. You know, they've done the Trident. They've done the Trident, which is a recent vintage classic. They got the Concorde. They must have a 737 hidden somewhere that they could, even if they went to Academy and said, look, Academy, we want you to design us a tool for that. Here's, you know, there's so many 737s around, and I reckon if they did a really good the only killer with the Revel ones is the undercarriages have always been quite shit, haven't they? But if they could sort the undercarriage bit out, I think people would buy them, and they've got the licensing for Boeing anyway. Because they say they've got Boeing licensing, you know, and BA, you know, and British Aerospace or British whatever licensing. So BA I'd like to see Airfix, you know, and also I think it will bring other people in. You know, there's a lot of aviation people who just love the airliners, don't they? They go, I see them. They're like train spotters outside of Exeter, outside of Bristol, watching the planes come into land. You know?
That bloke who did the stream on that storm a while ago.
Big Jets? Was it Big
Jets?
Yes,
Big Jet TV.
Yeah, I was working from home.
Jerry.
That was enjoyable.
That's Jerry, innit? Hi guys, watch you outside London. Oh! He goes something like that. Get him down, son. Get him down, son. Good lad.
He's actually my uncle. Thank you.
Yeah.
I bloody wish.
Yeah, he watches it, doesn't he? And one of them has like a little skid. He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa!
It was when he was about to be interviewed by ITV. It was like, well, I don't know. There's a 747 due in a couple of minutes. I'd rather see that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, right. Biggest TV interview of your career. Yeah. Just wait for
Big
747.
Jet TV. Yeah,
to be honest, who wouldn't do that?
He got trolled so bad though, didn't he? Bless him. This is the trouble with YouTube. People troll him, and because apparently, you know, who's that? Is it Valentino Rossi? Was he 46? He had this badge, you know, the Valentino Rossi number 46 on the back of his van, and somebody reckoned that he had that's number 46 of how many vans has he got? Thinking he had like 50 or 60 vans because he had this number 46 on the back. He got really good.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can't do Zvezda anymore.
clothes.
They're a Russian company. Can't do Zvezda anymore. They're a Russian company.
I've got their KB2.
Yeah, I've got. You can't. If you see a Zvezda kit in a model shop, do buy it because the model company, the model shop has actually bought it. It's not a bad thing to build it. Just don't buy it. Just don't. If you know, if they release a new one, say I'm not buying it off you. I could see Zvezda going bust though because people aren't. You know,
it's a shame though because they make some good kits as well. Their kits are quite good. I've quite enjoyed, but their Hurricane that they released last year was really good.
What they need to do is do a statement and say we hate Putin and still buy our kits, and they'll be fine. Then we know that they're against Putin. But until
they need to release a MiG-21 with a big pride flag across it with "fuck Putin" written on it, and then they don't support Russia.
Yeah,
I think it would be kind of hard to design kits and print them from the gulags, though.
The trouble is, though, apparently Zvezda is owned by the Russian government anyway, so that's why they do a lot of Russian. But I still don't understand why the Russians bombed their own plane. That big plane. Is it the Tupolev?
That was a Ukrainian plane.
Yeah, it's a Ukrainian plane.
Yeah, but wasn't it Russian designed? Was it Russian designed?
No, Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
It was designed in Ukraine when it was still Soviet Union, wasn't it?
It's the same as their aircraft carrier was also built in Ukraine.
The Admiral Kuznetsov.
Yeah, officially the name was Kiev, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, invasion's not going too well for them at the moment, is it?
Crazy Locker's saying that. Crazy Lockers saying that it's illegal to purchase from their store and import it to the US. They are banned. They're a banned company in the US now. So, but I go around a lot of model shops and I see a lot of Zvezda hanging up on the shelf in there, like, you know, not unbuilt.
I'm not seeing as much as I used to. Yeah, I don't see as much as I used to.
You can still buy it on eBay though, can't you? So that's one way around it.
Yeah,
it's a shame, really, as you said, because Zvezda was a good. Well, Zvezda is a good model company, aren't they? So
let's just
it was Soviet
people
design.
in Russia keep it open on them.
So it was Soviet design, wasn't it?
Well, Soviet design, but then the Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union, right?
Yeah, and there's still a fair bit of automation. I can't word.
Automacy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Give up.
I didn't know that, Dan. Do they really? That does surprise me. Zvezda do stuff for Revel. I never knew that.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore, I suppose. Well, you never know. Most of the tooling. Well, like I said the other day when I opened up that Revel package, it's definitely Academy. That RJ85 is definitely Academy plastic and Academy package. So.
Somebody whacked him one off.
Anyway.
Yes.
Something's crackling in my ear.
Something in.
Yeah. No, I say I do. It's a shame because I say Zvezda do some nice kits, but until the situation gets resolved, and that won't happen until Putin dies.
Or they get the beat.
Or they'll lose their they lose their whole army.
That's looking more and more likely, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think that war's going to end as quick as people think now, is it?
It will give you some nice ideas for deck building. Some
quicker than we thought.
I'm waiting for the T-34s to be reactivated.
I like those things. You can just fire them up after 80 years of sitting around doing nothing, and yeah, they're fine.
Probably it will happen quite soon then.
It wasn't some used in Afghanistan. remember seeing something about that.
Would surprise me.
They just kind of used what they could find, didn't
We
they?
kept trying to do some of the salt idea on one of the other bridges.
Man of many bridges.
Go with that now. I've got hungry for do it. Oh, I ain't got pop out shot. Just had a pot.
Oh balls!
After we know you messed that aircraft up, but you no need to take a hammer to it, mate.
No, definitely.
It will close the gap, but it will make.
Hopefully the gap's closed now.
Yeah.
I've sanded lots of it off, so hopefully it will stay like that. But we'll have to wait and see. Won't we?
Of course it will.
No, I don't think I could bother to weather this shit.
Someone was on it. Had that pop out chart. I seen a bot coming. Someone was on it.
I think most should go back and watch Gary again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch how he did it. To be fair, he had trouble with the wheels as well. I noticed. Those wheels are designed to be pre-painted and glued together, but once you put the paint on, the tolerances are just too tight. So it takes to take. Apparently, he reckons it's you'll have to glue them together, then paint them, which goes against the idea of them. The tolerances are too tight on them. But then again, I presume
to glue them on the.
Yeah, so when you hand paint them, and then put them together, they don't fit because the tolerances are too tight.
No, you have
well, it's been a pleasure, guys, but I've got to go because my phone's on 90%, and that's not ideal.
No, just plug it in. Plug it in.
I can't. I've got no plug near my desk.
Well, enjoy your turntable.
That is one thing I make sure I've got. I've got a 4-plugger right under my bench.
But to be honest, I had stuff on this before I came in, so my phone wasn't fully charged before I started. Like 75%. But I'm sure I'll be on next Monday with some different thing that I'm building. It's a bit different thing every week.
Yeah, I may even be on next
your channel
if God wants me. I may be on.
I've got a Redaro build video that I need to finish. I don't know when that'll be, but hopefully within the end of the month, if not early next month.
Night, Dan.
It's all videos, recorded.
I'll see you, Dan.
That's what it's all.
I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Cheers, bye. Yeah, bye, Dan. Have a good night as well.
Don't tell him, but I'm slightly jealous of Hamish's turntable.
Oh, don't say him.
Slightly. You will turn around on it. Come on.
Just do what I do. Move the model round. It works.
But a gizmo could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, guess who I saw at Yeovil Model Show? Scale Model Shed was up there at Yeovil.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and he's selling VMS stuff. So I've got a supply enough of VMS stuff to go see.
Ooh, nice.
He's doing SMS paints. He's doing VMS stuff as well, which is a good shout. I know Lewis. I know James from LPJ Models. Does a lot of VMS stuff, doesn't he? In his
he praises them, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I've just bought myself some Citradel paint recently. I'm gonna try and have a go at using.
Yeah.
But most the wheels on the Meteor, are they hand painted or airbrushed?
He said I think he hand painted them. So it would be a thicker paint, wouldn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, it will be thicker. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be thicker. But I just thought, sometimes it's good to see what somebody else does, so you can see if you're doing something wrong or not. But he said he got his out so bloody quick.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, these wheels here. I don't think I'll get them close. Actually, I'll blow out the thing.
But I'm failing to. So what he's saying is that
these wheels
fit between the landing gear and the wheel.
the wheels here, when you paint them, it looks like you do one side then the other side. You see, so it looks like you're. What's the other? There you go. There it is. So you paint these wheels up, and then they slot in. But he reckons when you do them and you paint them in, the tolerances are too tight, they won't butt up together. So he recommends to actually glue them together first, then paint them. But if he's hand painted them, you've got to have a thicker paint anyway, aren't you? So if you do airbrush them, you should have him. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, because the paint will be on the inside of the wheel to not fit. Yeah, makes sense.
Would it be on the inside?
So you shouldn't even paint on the inside.
yeah, what he's saying is actually just paint the outer limbs, isn't it? So that's the tyre there, isn't it? So say that there, that's the tyre. Don't paint these bits here. And then on this side, paint that black on the outside and just paint that silver. And it should just slot together. Interesting.
A different concept, but it's
Interesting.
Yeah.
The dinner bell.
Just do it better.
New member there, Moz.
Another new member. Taz has become a member. Taggers, thank you for being a member.
You're
Wow,
rolling.
we've got some good members now tonight. Wow.
The best, right?
Ah, thank you very much. Yeah. Proper members.
The things that
Hang on,
classic alchemist does.
proper members.
Oh,
I don't know if
I'd be able
anyone
to
can see
do.
the-
So he said if I had 10 members, I'd do private live streams.
Oh no, please don't.
Members only.
No.
live streams. Members only. Members only. Not private. Members only.
I'm just going to retire. I think I'm just going to cancel my subscription.
Yes, you're gonna start OnlyFans.
I don't think
This
I'm
wasn't-
sleeping tonight.
This wasn't in the contract.
it's getting weird.
Yeah, it is getting
Mo-
weird.
Moss with his meteor, can you see the gap?
Yeah, can you see the gap? Only members can see the gap.
Do you like this?
This is my OnlyFans picture.
Or should I take this t-shirt off?
I do like that.
I lay straight into that one, didn't I? Bloody gap. There's a gap.
Either
Yeah,
that, I will
come
start
now.
doing hot tub streams.
I've sanded it down. Hopefully that's gone. If I sand that up tomorrow, I'm gonna leave it to dry overnight. Then hopefully that will be done then. And but as I said, I didn't. I just just would go together.
So we saved
Right,
you a
Mark Lee,
kit.
have a good night, mate. See you next
Bye-bye.
week, my friend Mark Lee. Bye bye. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Have a good one.
bye.
Michael.
Yeah.
Bye.
So we saved you a kit, Moss.
Save me a kit.
Otherwise you would have binned it, right?
I would have bought another one and tried again. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, he would have
Always a
bought
good
another
idea.
one and tried again, and that one would have gone
Yeah.
to the rubbish bin.
You will have a whole squadron bin.
I will swear to you, lads. I have built some dog shit kits. I really have.
Me
And
too.
I've filed some under bin. I really have.
Yeah.
You know,
the only
but I
kits I really build are the Metcalf cardboard kits and the Dapol bridge
Yeah.
kits and the Dapol kits. I have had to go at an Airfix kit, but I ended up starting it and then lost interest in it, and then started doing what I'm doing now. But it looks like I'm happy with that weathering. It's turned out quite well.
yeah, you've done all right
Yeah.
there, mate.
I would recommend.
And being a railway man, I'm chuffed a bit. You've even attempted a bit of weathering because you cheat and everything's all painted and done for you anyway, isn't it? In your game.
Wow.
No, I actually, to be honest, Mark, I stay away from buying the pre-painted stuff. I actually try and throw my hand at doing a lot of stuff and weathering stuff. I try and
Oh yeah, I'm
keep
taking the.
away
I'm
from
honestly, I'm taking the piss out of you. I'm taking the piss. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Hey, Mark, it's fine, mate.
most of the people who I know in the
Yeah,
what's it
we
called?
know.
In the railway space. This is one of my arguments when they came back to me and said, when I said to the lads at Humbrol, when I said, dump the brand, you don't need it. And they come back and said, yeah, but the Hornby lads use it. I said, no, they don't. They don't. All their kits and all their models are already painted up, ready to go. I said, the people that use Humbrol.
I'll tell you something in a minute, boss. Did you know Hobbycrafter fell out with Humbrol?
Oh, yeah, we've known that for 2 years, mate.
Yeah, I just recently.
That's not new. That is not new news, mate, at all, mate. They were fell out.
I went and I was speaking to one of the guys there. They've had a big fallout with them.
No, they didn't have a fallout. It wasn't a fallout. They couldn't agree terms of business. So what do? You pull your stuff.
I don't know the full thing on it. I like using the Citadel. I'm just going to start trying to use the Citadel, but I use a lot of the acrylics.
Yeah.
For watered down base colours on stuff and staining. But I try and stay away from a lot of the painted stuff or weather myself.
Yeah. But my argument is that they were saying, the Hornby used the Humbrol stuff. I said, that's bollocks. That's shit. They don't. You had your own range of RLM colours, isn't it, or something for the railways?
Yeah, it is.
And they never. If you stop doing them, you don't do it. They don't do the range anymore. And anything that is Hornby, it's now called. What's it called? They've got their own range, isn't it? What's it called? Scale something, isn't it?
Scale scene.
Yeah, scale scene.
Scale scene. So that's not even under the Humbrol brand. That's labelled as Hornby Hobbies.
It's not.
As Hornby. So don't give me that shit. Dump the brand.
Yeah.
Become Airfix.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, guys. When Moss suggested that if looks could kill, we wouldn't be having a stream today.
Almost got thrown out there and then.
Hey,
no
Bearcats.
No Bearcats, no, definitely not.
But no one disagreed with me, though, did they? To be fair.
No,
give it up.
Definitely not. No, but we were too scared to be kicked out.
Everybody said they said, "Oh, we've got to improve the brand." I said, "Well, you can't get any fucking lower than what you are now. So anything's going to be a little bit of an improvement."
Yeah.
But I still swear that instead of calling themselves Gen fucking 2, which is the worst thing they could ever do, is call themselves Humbrol Paints Gen 2. Because what's going to happen? Because you'll be expecting a Gen 3, then a Gen 4, and before you know it, it's like iPhone, isn't it? As soon as iPhone comes out, you want the latest iPhone. Well, companies aren't going to stop. Yeah, but Gen 3 is going to come out soon. Don't give me that crap. And then have all these generations. What's the point? Just have it and then just mix it different, but don't tell us. You know what I mean?
They're following AK steps.
They are. And that's gone down shit as well.
Moss, this bridge I've got on the bench now, I don't even know what it's been painted in. I've been given it. I'm toying just leaving it as is and try and do the assault technique on it. Any suggestions?
Sully?
I don't know what it's been painted with. It looks like it's just ordinary paint. I don't know whether I'd get away just trying to weather it as is with the salt. Having a go with salt.
Do a space. Do a test space. Do a tester and then do it from there.
Yeah.
Miles, bring your screen up because I'm on my phone and I can't see it properly. I can tell you that.
Hang on a minute.
Bring your anvils up and I can. Sorry, because I'm on my phone and I can't see it. Love them on it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh.
I got given it and I don't know what it's been painted with.
Do you know what I would do, mate? I would put that in Detto, cover it all in Detto.
Leave it for a few months.
And leave it for a week in Detto and start again.
Now, to me, it looks like...
I've seen that done, the Detto. I put it in a tub in Detto.
That's me. I did it on my channel.
Yeah, I think that's where I watched it. It was on your. It was something you'd done, man.
I know that one.
I know that one. Yeah,
It looks
and
like
at that point, he knew he fucked
That
up.
voice is very familiar.
Yeah.
You're the guy from YouTube.
Yeah, you're the one who did that short on that enamel paint. I think that's enamel, Sully. I reckon that looks like enamel.
Yeah, it looks like
It
enamel.
does.
I think
That's
it
what I'm
looks exactly
thinking.
like
It
enamel.
does look like enamel.
It looks like a heavily slapped on Humbrol 100 for the browns at the brick bread.
Yeah.
Words again.
I think the idea is stick it in Dettol.
Yeah.
Start again with it.
And
What
film
I
it and film it.
I will be. I'll film it. I'll film it before it goes in, and then I'll do it in stages.
Yeah.
It'll get done in stages because I can film it on my GoPro.
Leave it for 3 hours. Leave it for 3 days, and then bring it out and have a look.
Oh yeah,
I
I
tell
will
you,
do.
the best weathering for that, I wouldn't use salt chipping on that. I'd sponge chip it.
Yeah. Sponge it.
Yeah, bring mine up because I'm actually doing that now. Funny enough.
Are you doing it now? Are you? Where are you two? There you are. Bob. There you
Somewhere.
go. Yeah.
Is that? That's literally getting a little bit. I'm using a makeup sponge. Dip it in the paint. Right. Yeah. Well, dude, I wear makeup all the time. Back in my goth days, dab most of it off, so you got like literally just like a little fine little dab coming off. Put it onto the model like that, and you'll get these little tiny little chips, right?
Yeah.
Like that on the side. And then what you can do, I'll try and do it now. I can see if we can do it with a brush. This takes a bit of going. This does to do it this way, but you get some of the chips.
So.
Get some of the chips and just dab it with a brush.
Yeah, spread it a bit.
Just make them a little bit bigger. And do that. That's what I do.
Yeah, can I get makeup brushes? That's what I do with the brushes. That's
it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, makeup stuff is by far the better stuff to get than actual branded stuff. I use most of my stuff.
That
a lot of my
brush
brushes.
that brush I was using was a makeup brush. I use a lot of makeup brushes.
Say that twice.
You look beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, say that twice.
Hey, I could imagine, because you're worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, and then you get crazy
Right, lads,
saying
it's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours, so we're going to have to call quits on the stream. Thanks everyone for joining.
We
Yeah,
can
no
go
problem,
with
Ross. Thanks for letting me come up.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry I didn't send. I thought I sent you the email, mate, but as I said,
I've just added you on my Discord as well. I have sent you the Discord.
Oh, brilliant! That's another one I've got.
So
to join.
I'll be.
Right,
I've
sorry
only
then.
just started my Discord. So
don't sound so enthusiastic, Moss.
That's what makes me laugh. It's so difficult. I do go on Discord and I do comment occasionally, but every time I meet someone, they've all got their own bloody Discord server. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've only just got back into my Discord, and I haven't been in it for about 2 months. And
Bloody
you can
hell.
imagine what it was like getting back in there. It was just ting, 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 ting.
Yeah, ting, ting.
So
A bit
thank you
tong,
again
tong.
for letting me come up.
No worries,
Nice.
mate. Yeah, nice to meet you,
No
my
problem.
friend.
You know, if I'm working on something, weathering or doing something like a kit, I'll always send you an email or send you a message
do
on
it.
Discord. If you've got a space,
not a problem.
I'll always come up. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, everyone, and I'll
No worries.
see you on the next one.
Cheers, mate. Ta-da now.
See you again.
Bye.
See you all.
Bye.
Thank you for the tips as well on what you've done for. Thanks. Bye.
See ya.
Bye. And that's it, folks. So we're going to call it a night. If you like this, if you like the live stream, leave a comment below when this finishes, and put the thumbs up if you could. And if you want to subscribe, do subscribe, and please subscribe to all of the members of the panel here. I'll put all their links below in the box. If you go give them a like and give them a subscribe as well, that'll be brilliant. And hopefully we'll be back again next Monday at 8 o'clock for some more Airfix and Chill. Thanks all for joining. See you soon. God bless. Bye.
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 Yeah, later.